Yes, my people. Yes, my people. It's Saturday afternoon again.
Mute Mike Musa.
Evening, night. Hein? Nou live ou sa wachel ba?
Makata nou.
Ou pa katen mwen? Je pa right, man. Mwen katen nou?
Apre sa Makata nou.
Alright. So we're going to give you a little introduction. Lost in Pain. It's a gospel number from a sister from Delices, Natasha. Here goes. Katen ni? Katen ni?
No.
Sa ka jam ase kote mwen. Ki te mwen show yot food mwen.
Well, si ka jam ki te jam, man.
Non, mais marathon, si vous pas attendre, personne pas attendre ou ça.
Ok.
Si vous pas attendre, which means il cache check côté, mais vous pas attendre. Vous know?
Oui, Makata nou.
When I thought that I was lost, I gave up on myself. So I got down on my knees and prayed. And this is what God said. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter all the pain, struggle, stress that you've been through, this is just a test, just to check your faith. I know that you can down, so I will see you through. Oh, my Holy Spirit, I need you. Holy Spirit, I thank you. Holy Spirit, I need you. For your love, 'cause you have been so good to me. In my stages of depression, everything went so down. Lord, I thought that you had forsaken me. Then I heard his voice in my ear. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter all the pain, struggle, stress that you've been through, this is just a test, just to check your faith. I know that you can down, so I will see you through. Get back on your feet and start praying. Don't make the devil put his finger in your head. Get it out of your head. Father did not give us a spirit of fear. This is of a sound mind. Jah keep us safe. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter all the pain, struggle, stress that you've been through, this is just a test, just to check your faith. I know that you get down, so I will see you through. Oh, my Holy Spirit, I need you. Holy Spirit, I thank you. Holy Spirit, I need you. For your love, 'cause you have been so good to me. Oh, my Holy Spirit, I need you. Holy Spirit, I thank you. Holy Spirit, I need you. For your love, 'cause you have been so good to me. Holy Spirit, I need you. Holy Spirit, I thank you. Holy
Yes.
And it's original Delices, you know.
Tune, song the big thing.
Yes, man. The sister they're
Yeah.
doing her number,
If it wasn't a gospel, I'd say, pull it back, gunshot. But
You'll be dancing away.
Holy
It's
Spirit
solid. It's
within
solid.
you.
The little rap portion to it. She got a solid hook on there.
Yeah.
Lyrics
Nice
on
little
point.
dub on it.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
man.
Natasha,
Yeah, man. Well done,
on
man.
one of your rising songs. I
So
always knew you had it in you.
yes, man. So
So
soon we're gonna
if you
see.
can go the spiritual way, it's a better way.
Oh,
You might
yes.
not get the support of your masses you had back in the days, but people will understand that music is music no matter what the topic is. Yeah. The topic of your music doesn't justify your voice. It doesn't justify the rhythm that you bring, and it doesn't justify your character. So do your thing, man, whether it's in gospel and in however you want to do it. Yeah, my support there for sure.
Yes, man.
You might even make me get lost in the spirit.
Because
That's the
I
name of the
got it.
song? I think so.
Lost in pain.
Lost in pain. Yeah, man.
Yeah. He's a Irie piece, man. He's an Irie piece. The sister doing a number, man. I tell you, we got lots of talent in the countryside. You know, I'm just too. Lots of
That is
talent in the
why
countryside, man.
that is why you and I they are doing what we're doing, you know.
Yeah, man.
That is our hidden talent that we have, so we're portraying it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let me
There's
pull up
not
the
many
Facebook.
people out. There's not many people out that point their finger and say, Brent, yeah, man, Brent going to be. When I look at Brent, I say Brent is the man for Delices. Brent not going to be talking about the issues in Delices and bringing Delices in the forefront.
I'm about to get West Sagas.
So it's always trial and error, man.
Trial and error. We have to stay at it.
Trial and error. Trust me.
We have to stay at it. YouTube la muti mo make a little sharing there.
Like they always say. If you're on the devil's side, the devil will worry for you, you know. It's when you're on the side of God, the devil want to come.
Like they always say. If you're on the devil's side, the devil will worry.
What are you doing? You sharing?
Sharing the live. We have to share the live.
Right, we're ahead of you, man. I share my life 10 times.
No, on YouTube. That's YouTube muka share sala, man.
But anyway, she doing good anyway. Congratulations to Iverson on his graduation there today. In the week, sorry. Earlier on in the week. So we going places, man. One at a time.
One day at a time, man.
This is not a big community where we have 100 people making it at a time. We have 50 people. Yeah, but one at a time we'll make it out of the rabbit hole.
Yeah, man.
But remember when we make it out, that it have a generation behind and it have people waiting for you to pull them up. Don't go out there and forget where you came from. Family first by all means, but you have to remember that the family, when you grow up, is a community that raised you. Yeah, you always have to remember. As a little boy myself, I can never forget when my mother was in there. Once I reach home, Mama Catherine have to call me for food. Mama Catherine have to say, "Just man, not there, no." And I have to go and get my food, and that is how it is, baby. The same thing. And if none of them people not there next to W fire smoking.
Yeah.
And I stand there, good afternoon, W eat already. Same way I on the next side.
They have food.
Or Lucy, I hear my voice, Lucy, I would have to shout me and say, black boy, when you take out your uniform, come
and get
something. So it is. So the family is not just the people in the house with you. Your family extending to your neighbors.
Neighbors, man.
Always bring up people with you, man. Try to elevate the people around you.
Man.
Because if you're doing it on your own, then you wouldn't shine. You wouldn't shine. It's a matter of greed, animosity, and people gonna hate you for doing good, but they're not really hating you for doing good. The energy you get in there is not because you're doing good. It's just because they cannot understand how you're doing good, and they're not seeing it for themselves. It's not affecting them. Yeah. You don't even want to share an idea with them. You don't even want to tell them how it was done. You don't even want to tell them which foot to put forward. But anyway, Brent, I'm gonna let you say good evening to the people.
Yes, man. I mean, here you have to say what you have to say. You know, you have to get it off your chest, man. The sooner you do it, the better. You know. Good
Boy,
evening.
let me stop you there. Don't tempt me. We have so much things going on in Dominica there. Don't tempt
Hey,
me.
so
Okay?
even in Dailies, we have quite a bit of stuff going on in the local scene. So this evening,
Don't
you
tempt
guys
me.
are in for a trip. You guys
All
might
right.
see me catch burst the nerve today. But definitely we're gonna spill some of what's going on in the local scene. You know. Yes, man. Good evening, my people. Those who are near and far, those who are high and low. You know, we're back at it again, spreading the love, spreading the unity. And as you guys do, every Saturday, we always tell you guys, community, come together in unity. I was speaking to my granduncle just this morning, and he was telling me back when he was growing up, no one man used to go garden and plant dashing or banana anything, you know. Is the entire community, everything was good, man, you know. Because that's why I tell Just to tomorrow I go in and dig garden, just to tell two of his partners, and he's a group that's going up there, you know, it's not one person. And he tell me every time we go in garden is somewhat different, we're gonna help, you know. And by the end of the week, everybody have. So when we producing, we mass producing everything. You check if it's carry board, then if it's plant dashing, if it's plant banana, whatever the case is, if it's cassava you're gonna grind, everybody come in and check you, man. And it's a vibration. But now we have it when one person is doing something, nobody comes on our system. You know, it kind of everything requires funding. But before, people knew how to work around the funding issues. Some people have it and some people don't. And the people who don't have the funding end up into poverty. So as of right now, this is young man from La Plaine. Well, he moved to the Dailies with his relatives in the apartment. And for some
Okay.
reason, you know, or the other, he get kicked out. So there was an empty apartment in the apartment complex in Fontoma. So the young man took his mattress and he moved into the empty apartment. You would assume the government or the officials that be would tell him, you know what, since you moved in there already, let's just make the paperwork and put you in the apartment. Somebody called the PAL rep, Mr. Kent Edwards, Honorable. He came and he kicked out the gentleman. Like,
So
so where are you sending him? So for the apartment was for homeless people.
I need to ask you, how does the PAL rep kick somebody out of an apartment?
He come. I was surprised because I'm like, he's not a police officer. He came and tell the young man,
Thank you.
Tiwe Kaula. I will go back on it. You see, that's the powerful man. So he will perhaps he brought the police
And
with him.
and that is the problem with our people. We don't know the power in the people. The
Yeah,
people doesn't embrace the power within themselves. The man he himself cannot make you move there. He not the landlord. He don't have the paperwork saying it's his apartment.
no, but who is the individual that would call the powers
Forget
to evict somebody from
forget
a
the
homeless man?
individual because the individual probably using the apartment to dry their clothes already.
Because the man
But
is
so let
homeless. This is the individual the building was built for. We have empty apartment and we have homeless people. The man have to live in a platin across the road by Amity.
but
Why do we have that in the
Brent,
community?
you misunderstanding that wasn't built for the homeless.
So that
That
was built
was
for
built
who?
for the fortunate.
No, that was built as a deal. What's your English for the 40 a deal that was there? You vote for me and I give you an apartment. Is that it
Brent,
appearing to
that
be?
was built for, but these are the fortunate people. They were fortunate enough to have the connections.
Margaret Salmon, we can have something in the community for the community people.
Can
Because
I
let me
ask you
tell
a
you who he
question,
looking
Brent?
like. Let me
Brent,
tell you who partner looking like.
hold on. How many apartment buildings is in that complex?
I believe 66 that was proposed to be built.
66.
Yes.
Now, how many homeless people that moved into that apartment?
Alan and FL. Two I know of.
Two homeless people.
Marvelin was homeless as well. Marvelin didn't have a house. Marvelin house brick
Okay.
during the hurricane.
Three homeless people.
Auntie Shirley living down there now, and the Shirley house was
Listen, Auntie Shirley never get apartment. Don't put my auntie in your magi.
should I?
All right? Don't put my auntie in your rubbish. My auntie never get apartment.
They don't give a Batman, they don't give a Batman.
My auntie right now is refugee.
A squatter.
No, refugee.
A
She get
refugee.
asylum. She get asylum when she reach there.
Somebody rescue her.
You know when the Haitian reach Miami
Yeah, they have
and then
asylum.
Cuban reach in American soil.
Yeah.
All right. So don't let nobody make you believe they build that for homeless people. For people who are less fortunate. They build that for fortunate people. Majority of the people that in them apartment there, came from a nice, solid family house that can accommodate them. So when a homeless man decided he going to just go and move in an apartment where
Empty
somebody needing
apartment.
a laundry room,
Yeah.
that is disrespect. You cannot disrespect the person's laundry room.
But it was left open, so which means it had to
Rent-free
be
gas
occupied.
bias. What the person have to understand, the homeless people have to understand that squatters have right. So when you move inside there now, you change the lock
Uh-huh.
and you have your keys.
Right, right.
And now
Okay.
anybody that open that door, you call the police for
You
them.
call the police for them. Because
But
how can you tell me? Yeah,
again, our
they do
people
not
don't
know.
embrace the power within themselves.
So where are you sending him? Why we have empty rooms and people need a place to stay, but they cannot stay in the apartments? So what are you telling the people? You know what I'm saying? Just so I cannot see who is coming on because I'm not on my phone. So you're gonna have to pick up the people as they come on and give them a look. Yeah, man, because I thought this was the reason why we had the apartment complex to house homeless persons. But you cannot tell me we have a situation where what's up, Ezra? Hi, Auntie Ela. Sakafet. You can't have an apartment and you're telling me this man is homeless and we're kicking him out. So where are you sending him? Mark, so the government is one set the government helping them. So as of right now, this is outrageous. Mr. Edwards, you know better than that. As a person from the health department, you need to address that situation. And every other person who is homeless have to go looking for a place to stay, and we have empty apartment in Fotoma. Who are we saving it for? The nurse should have an empty apartment in Fotoma. There should be one for the police officer that are coming from far away. Because he
No,
has this off.
police
Huh?
officer have to live in police station.
No, but on their day off, they would be able to resign
No, go
somewhere
back
and
at your
relax.
home. Go back at your home. Listen,
Yeah.
the qualification of every police officer in Dominica, as far as I know it, is they have to be able to make children outside and cook, Once they can make children and cook, you could be a police officer. Because that they want. They just want place to go and just make children. When they
Boy,
have enough children in that area, transfer them.
transfer them. We
No,
fully
no,
place of kids then.
we don't put in them in the environment to tempt them.
Okay.
You
No,
cannot
but,
put them in an
but
apartment where you have woman on top and woman on the woman on this side and woman to the other side. No.
we making the police you giving the police. I trust
I
you.
just saying it like it is, my brother.
Yes, man.
I just saying it like it is.
No, but
But at the end
I'm
of the
just
day,
saying.
we the people need to embrace the power within ourselves.
Yeah,
You see,
man.
like how I doing it and Brent doing it, we seeing it, we talking it. In the UK, when you get in the train station, they tell you see it, source it, and report it, something like that.
If you see something, say something.
Yeah.
That's what they
Oh,
say.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
see something, so my partner in the train, and he saw this gorgeous young lady. He said, if you see something, say something. He said, hello, good looking. Easy. If you see
Yeah, man.
something, say something, man. Yeah, man. Something wrong, you say it. You don't hold it to yourself, you know what I mean? Because too often we see things happen and we don't say anything, and then guess what? It goes by unanswered. So definitely, man, these are the issues the people have to bring forward, because how can you tell me you're a government official and you're kicking somebody out of government building? It's like this. This is the reason why we build those. If so, we have to make a program. You will go and rent a house for this man instead than making him stay in the empty bedroom. I was just watching AMO News earlier. I think 5 days ago, she was interviewing this young man, Emmanuel Yuzeb, I think he's from Mao Masak, but he's been living in Portsmouth. Just to see regardez la carte nom la OST. Ah, bon Dieu, when our son going to fifth form. Then 2 months sleeping on the same bed. Whole kote la washi. You could tell the roof is sagging in. There's no floor in the kitchen area. Because just to, it is a miserable condition. And
But Brent,
they're telling me that
that is why people will not like people like Mo. Because Mo
shit
putting too
putting
much
outside.
light. They're
No, but
spreading too much light. And
why
I
we
calling
have this
for more young people to
to say
practice their
something?
self-journalism. If you have a camera, take a picture.
No, but why we even
Snap
have
it,
that? Government
snap it,
officials.
post it, and I will share it.
The government officials should be making their rounds and seeing these people who are in dire need and assist them. We can't be there building international airport and our people dying. Who we building it
Brent,
for?
you see them rumors you spread in there. What international airport we building?
They claim they signed contract for international airport, but we had 350 something $million. No pas commencer airport. Actuellement, nous parlons l'argent. Nous avons prêté l'argent. We smart. We
Brent, I'm
savons
going to
pas les
stop
potes
you right
aujourd'hui
there.
là.
I'm going to stop you right there. You see, for me, based on what that happened on the 9th there, I say in Delices people is the most ridiculous people in the entire world.
What did Delices people do?
You want me to tell you why?
Yes, definitely.
Because Delices people, they plant their toloma, they secle their toloma, they wash their toloma, they cool their toloma, they blush their toloma, they dry their toloma, and then they give it to a bus driver to go rose one cell. And tell the bus driver when he coming back up, take the toloma money, buy a half bag sugar, a half bag flour, right?
Right.
Buy some biscuit, buy some soap for them.
Make shopping.
And when he come up and he deliver the shopping,
right,
they will pay him back. C7 people do the same thing with their bay oil. They break it, they boil it, they go, they give Ghana to sell their bay oil. Then tell Ghana when you're coming back, bring fertilizer for us, bring rice for us, bring bread for us, and when you come up, we'll pay you. Graduate people do the same thing with their tobacco. Same thing. Marigot people do the same thing with their yam and their tanya. That is what we do in Dominica there with our passport. We give it to a man, we build our country to a level, to a standard where we are all proud to be Dominicans. No matter where we go, we want to say we're Dominican. Me, my biggest offense is when somebody asks me if I'm Jamaican. That's when I feel more comfortable. I check in, I'm so Dominican. You think you're not Jamaican in my accent anyway?
I can't understand that.
And then after we build our country, we have our reputation. We're giving our passport to a man to go and sell. To come back and build an airport for us so we can pay him.
Yeah.
But remember, every passport the man sell, he gets in a percentage. So what are we paying that man for? As a developer, as a passport seller? What are you paying him for?
I can't answer that question, to be honest.
Brent, you wouldn't go and get a man to build a kaipul for you if you don't know where that man built a kaipul already,
Exactly my point.
Brent, everybody La Roche will tell you, if you want to build a folkage or a shack, who you would go and get to build a shack for you?
You're right.
Huh? You would go by Power and tell Power you want a shack.
I will make you a shack in one day.
Because it's Power that make the most shack Delices already.
You call Betty will make you a shack. In one day, he'll give you a shack.
Because the man that can make a shack. You see them build how much shack already.
They can make you a shack.
So you're telling me you want to build an airport, you're going for a man that never built a parking
lot?
Build
an airport before. It's ridiculous. But hey, this is what the people, but just don't forget, when somebody tell you rain going to fall and it do fall yesterday, rain going to fall, it do fall today, rain going to fall tomorrow, he will take it up. Too many days he promised you rain gonna fall and rain not gonna fall. So have to do something for rain to fall. So right now he realized the airport is not coming. So he have to, Chinese was gonna build it one time. We had $350 something million for airport. That didn't happen. So now we have to show the people something's gonna happen. An airport takes probably 10 years to build because there's so much excavating to do in that Wesley area. So as the way it appears is, so next election, he says he's gonna deliver in 2025. But he didn't say what date in 2025. So if you have a plan, you have estimates, you should know in June 2025, he will deliver the airport. But guess what? It's going to be 2027, 2028, and no airport.
Brent,
because airport is not just you sit down there.
Let me shine a little light on you. Right? Last week, I was working on a construction site where we're building a crematorium, right?
Right.
They design, they test the soil, they design, they plan everything. When we come to build the parking lot, when they dig the topsoil and they take out soil at a certain location, they realize there was a stream passing there.
Right.
So now they are left with a bed of silt and clay.
Yes, I.
They cannot put the parking lot on it. So I sit down in a thing
Container.
in an office
Okay.
there for 3 weeks, going back
We.
and forth while they running tests. Now they run all the tests they have to run, Brent.
Yeah.
Now they have to go back to the drawing board to redesign the
Redesign
parking lot. Brent, a parking lot,
a parking lot.
for a crematorium, Brent, it's not for a shopping center, to say it's a thing that's going to be full every weekend or every day. So when you're telling me for 3 weeks, I sit down there doing nothing, and look them and send me at my home now because they're going back to the drawing board. Imagine you have to do that when you're building an airport.
Airport, yeah, a lot of
On
money
a
standing
piece of
by.
land, you not said run no test.
Test. No
On a
excavation.
piece of land, you draw a plan for. On a
What plan?
piece
They
of
have
land, you not
plan
say
now?
even survey.
They got no plan.
But Brendan not said survey the land. How they know where how they know the plan? How they can draw a plan and they don't have a design? They not said survey the land.
The terrain, you have to know the terrain, what going where, and yeah.
But Brent, you have to know the north line. You have to know the north line to know where your water going and flow.
Like in
I
London.
I don't get that one in architecture. But I can watch a man and tell you that man can't anyway.
He bought it, and they know is how much billion it costing to make the airport. If you don't have a plan, there's no estimate as to how much asphalt, as to how much concrete do you need, how much drainage, because you have to drain that water. And in Dominica, there's probably water every 500 feet. Have a stream underground. So when you get that water underground, we have to divert it. We have to make sure everything matching. It's a lot of earth movement that's gonna go down there.
How deep your foundation go? It all depends on the earth, It all depends on the soil,
Yeah, man.
So when the man thinking, okay, we'll move 20,000 cubits of topsoil, and when they reach down there, the metallic revenues to pass their brand, they have to go deeper.
They have to go there to clear that up and collect that water and put it to one side. While we are at it, let me big up our YouTube viewers. We got some viewers on YouTube. Good evening to you. Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us, and all our other viewers. Please text him. We're just having a conversation of what's going on in Dominica.
Yeah, I just want to say hi to Paula as well. Josiah,
Yes,
big up yourself.
One time. Yeah, man, because it's
what you say?
You don't know, Auntie Fifi. But just to all in all we're trying to say, if Dominica has to move forward, or if Delices have to move forward, it has to be in step with everything that's happening. We can't say we're going to create employment, but the employer is not Dominican. The employer is somebody who has constructed buildings in Dominica, but did not employ Dominicans. So what is the guarantee that they will use our local truckers to move earth? And they will tell you, because don't forget, the whole platform will be muddy. Dominica has a heavy rainfall, the most rainfall in the Caribbean, the island with the most rainfall in the Caribbean is Dominica. So there will be mud. You might need 4-wheel drive trucks to go on the dirt, to collect the dirt, right? So moving forward, the local truckers might even get a gig because you need 4-wheel drive trucks, or trucks with 6 or 8 back wheels. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to go all the way in the mud, get that soil and remove it. Because the backhoe can't go all the way in, take the dirt and bring it out for you. You have to go in there. So which means they are relying, they're thinking all the local truckers will get employment, but there's no guarantee.
But
because those local truckers might get
stuck. Based on what? We basing all the local truckers will get employment based on what? A pattern that once that company, MMC company doing that project is local truckers they're using.
They did use local truckers in Fontoma. No, they use the local truckers to carry the tarish, to put in Fontoma. They are the hardcore. they used the local truckers to carry the tariff for that. I believe that was the only material the local truckers carried
Brent,
because everything
ask
else came
yourself
from.
a question, Brent.
Mhm.
Them big, them big, them Petam, them massive Dominica
That's
strong
strong
trucks.
trucks.
You would make them pass on that Bretica suicide bridge?
Well, if our back road open, perhaps they might make it pass for the back road because the material for the Photoma complex was supposed to pass Tisavan, as I was told by the former chairman of the Delices Village Council, but that didn't happen. But all in all, we have to keep our fingers crossed because next month is budget. So everybody, please tune in to the national budget. We're gonna hear what they're gonna do with our money and how they're gonna spend it. Let's a little bit about that budget thing. So with the budget, it should be every pala rep comes up and give his input as to what his plans are for his constituency, not just the
Rush,
prime
what you saying?
minister telling us what he's going to do for the entire country because it kind of congests everything with one person giving it. But if Kent Edwards come and say, okay, this is Kent Edwards, and I'm presenting on the behalf of Delices. I have a budget for Delices, Laplin, Whitaker constituency in the amount of $10 million. Now, at the end of the year, you have to come and tell the people how you spend their money, how that $10 million go, and how that your Laplin constituency is going to pay back the country for that $10 million. So you have to take the money, but rebuild your constituency, but pay back the country. That so far, we have 0 projects that is giving back money to the country. We're relying on the customs, the port of entry, people flying out, paying head tax. This cannot be sustainable for the country. What is going to create money for the country? You build all the nice apartments, kudos to you. You eradicated pit toilet, kudos to you. But what is generating income for the country? How are we? What's the plan? And as of right now, the international airport, what are we going to export? Personnel. After a while, we're going to run out of personnel to export. So we have to sit down at the drawing board, decide what are we going into to sustain the international airport. Are we going to ship Christophine? Are we going to ship papaya? Are we going to ship pineapple? We have to ship something. We cannot sit on the big international airport and 2 plane land. Look at, take for instance, St. Thomas. St. Thomas has an international airport. At 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. at night, the airport is shut down. It's a little building, not too big. I don't see what's the force. We're making like it's a big shebang, like the airport gonna be running 24/7 and big jumbo jet landing every half an hour,
No,
every 10
Brent.
minutes.
The thing people are excited about is the design from the PlayStation 4 game. That is a design from a PlayStation 4 aviation game.
Yeah.
But what you fail to realize there, Brent, when you tell a child their whole life that codfish is sweet, codfish is sweet, codfish is sweet. No, it's not salty, it's sweet. No, it's not salty, it's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
One day when you ask that child how the codfish tastes, and the child can tell you the codfish sweet.
Exactly. That's
So
it's sweet.
it is for 20 years you yourself say in your country in the airport. And it had people before you for 15 years saying that country in the airport. And another government come for 4.5 years saying they're going to build the airport. You say you're going to build one for 20 years. But after a while, an airport is the best thing after sliced bread.
Yeah, man. You're right. No,
You
but
will
Dame
give your
Eugenia
both
Charles,
arm and
just
your
to
leg for the airport.
yeah, when Dame Eugenia Charles did the assessment, when our assessors did the assessment, Dame Eugenia Charles said we will be displacing too many farmers for the international airport. The economic benefit of the airport is not gonna be outweigh the farmers and
Outweigh
their
in
farms.
agriculture.
So she took note and she said, instead of making that, let's do other thing because we're gonna displace all those farmers. We have to give them lands. They have to start over again, break houses. How many years is it gonna take us to repay for that international airport? Is it 100 years, 200 years? Nobody knows because the way it sounds. Because like everything else, every major project, there has to be a timeline. How much money we are spending? What is the assessment? So we have to investigate how is it going to impact the environment. All those things have to be taken into consideration.
But
Now,
like
increased tourism, increased movement, our natural, our birds, our agouti, our manikou, how is it going to impact all of these things? We have to make one on the drawing board, assess it. Okay, we can move the animals off, we can do this, we can do that. None of this is taken into consideration. There's no general major plan as to what's happening. Let's just start it, and whatever happen happen after. It's like let's just decide, let's build this, and then we'll figure it out later. But Sakalepon hold this nani who fly on international airport. But still, the airport is the runway, as the Prime Minister once said. Just put some container and the terminal build, and just make the runway. But you have so much earth to move up there.
I was about to tell you, Brent, in an entire airport, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing you have to get right, the one and only thing you must get right, you cannot play with it, is the runway, you know.
The approach. Because have you landed in Kenfield Airport?
There for everything else, but you see that runway?
The runway. Hey, have you landed in Kenfield Airport?
Mm-hmm.
So you could
back in the days.
All right. So you could either come from over Masak Mahu or from Mont Daniel. When you're coming in, right? I flew in there quite a few times. And when that breeze from the sea hits that airplane, you could feel it going into Kenfield, right? And then CK brings it back and you're trailing down like a leaf coming down. Now, if it's a crosswind, so for an international airport, those planes are so huge with that little bit of crosswind. Because watching the design, we kind of a little, if it's going straight inland, like most of the international airports, they're going straight in and out. So that sea breeze, you can land that against the breeze. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going across, the breeze is coming across you, that can put the airplane off the tracks and we can have a disaster. But all in all, I'm not FAA qualified. So perhaps they've consulted, but they have to come and check the wind speed and everything. All this has to be done. A detailed report has to be submitted. Then we can decide this is the best spot. But like I said, I'm not the expert. So those guys may have had those information already.
So,
but we have 300. And they've, according to you, they don't be like full. But my thing is, they've never used local contractors to build anything because their source of income is escrow accounts that cannot come into Dominica banks. So they cannot give local contractors to do anything. We have local excavators. We have public works.
Brent, these contractors are building houses.
Right.
With waste to go in sewage processing plants on the island of Dominica, you know.
We do not have a waste processing plant. We do not have
a sewage. So you think that man doing and build the airport for the middle of Atlanta where all the land flat and wind just coming out straight from the sky and come down because it don't have no mountains to carry it. It don't have no sea breeze to blow. Boy, madness so that go happen, Dominica.
I will be flying when or if the international airport reach, which perhaps might never happen because Labour Party has a track record that they haven't built anything new for the country. They've only built renovate things or repair or temporary repairs. So I will be astonished if they develop an international airport. They might level the land and they will tell people money run out or passport not selling because as of right now, Chungski Sakinoilala, if I'm okay, according to Mado. He is in Dominica right now and he has a CBI passport. And if we do not afford him the same respect we give an Antiguan citizen, we are already failing our CBI program. He is. We have to give him.
The same privilege we give a Dominican citizen.
We have to give him.
Because he's an Antiguan citizen. He's a citizen of CARICOM.
We have to afford him the same respect we give a Dominican citizen. So if we fail, our CBI passports value is going down because those international personnel that buy those passports, they expect to become citizens of those countries. And when you are telling them, although you are second-class citizen or third-class citizen, guess what? They will not buy your passport again. So you have to, at this point, tell Shugunsi, you can come to Dominica with your driver's license. Somebody could give you a ride on a motorcycle, on a pui-pui, drop you in Dominica. When you reach Dominica, customs catch you, tell him, well, Mr. Bring me there, look my ID. Tell Mr. Okay, well, you're supposed to come in the port of entry, but since you come in incorrectly, we'll send you back to Antigua. We'll find you and send you back to Antigua.
You can either get fined and stay on the country, or we send you back.
But you are CARICOM because you are allowed. Look at the Haitian brothers and sisters. When they reach Dominica, what are they doing them? They paying their $500 US dollars and come aboard. And St. Lucian's coming about on the boat. When they reach send the passport, come on the island.
But
Every other person coming in.
I go St. Lucia twice on my driver's license.
Come in, welcome aboard. You see your name, you're good to go.
A piece of plastic,
A piece of plastic.
And
come
Lucia let
aboard.
me in.
So right there now.
We have a pattern that I want to point in your direction. So now we sign a contract with a man, right? To build an airport for us.
Who did you see sign the contract?
We, our secretary that do it.
All right.
Our secretary. Normally we sign in everything else.
Yeah.
Because we's the man. We run things, so we sign in everything. But all of a sudden we had to sign for the secretary to give her permission to sign for us.
Right.
Because nobody want their hands to get stuck in the cookie jar.
Right.
That's why you just wake up your little brother in bed and tell him, "Mommy, sleeping, let's go downstairs and the cookies."
Yeah.
You can say, well, he wake me up and he say he was hungry.
Yeah, that's it. Little brother. Okay.
So Brent.
Yeah.
What them school children are saying now is we make a deal with our man. Right? For prime waterfront, white sand beach real estate.
Right.
That is the deal we make. Forget airport.
Right.
If airport come, it come. But we need to understand that we hand over to that man prime white sand beach real estate. Right? And we tell that man we're going to give him passports to sell so he can build us an airport.
Right.
Okay. That man go and build us an airport. Brent, if we get to a point where that man cannot bring enough revenue to build airport or don't have the money to build the airport, who that in charge of that real estate?
That man is his property. Yeah,
is his property, right? Because we just send a contract and hand it over to him.
Yeah, his property.
Because right now that man in charge of that real estate, and Dubai doesn't play to put up them big sand castles.
Boy, they doesn't, but they hitting it hard.
And we building hotels. All where we don't need hotels, Dominica, is hotel. Our main income for construction is hotel.
We're moving into tourism right now.
We don't have a red light district, but we have hotels. Is that we building?
We have hotels.
We don't building bed and breakfast for the local man to take his girlfriend and just say he going on the other side of the country.
Hotels.
Or he going to take a drive. If he want to sleep, he'll just spend the night. We building 5-star hotel because we do building for locals.
You got a 5-star hotel, if a 5-star hotel killer. 5-star hotel say moon give by reviews also. It's not just you call it a 5-star, you can call your hotel 7-star every day you want of the week.
Brent,
and the clients
we don't know how much passports is going to take for that man to get his money back.
But that man not using his money, it's our money. When he sell the passport, it's our money he getting.
No. The government say he going to use his money.
His money.
And we're going to pay him back.
Right.
Just like them Delices people do that to Loma. They give it to the bus driver to sell Roso, and they tell the bus driver bring back shopping for them. Right. And when he come up, they'll pay them.
They'll pay him.
Yeah,
that's it.
So if nobody didn't understand what that happened in there,
so the passport
they can understand it by choice.
So he losing out then. So he's using his money to build for us.
That is what they try to make us believe, Brent. But remember, with his money, we have a prime minister that saying if we had put all the money together, it would not be 1.5 million like the opposition leader said. It's not 1.5 billion like the opposition leader said. It would be something like $2.2 billion. But the 2.2 billion the prime minister talking about there, he say we have it in an escrow account. But the prime minister and that man is the only two people that know where that money is.
Clarence Christian knew where it is too. Clarence Christian though.
Clarence Christian pas connaître comment poursuivre un bon d'ail.
Every Saturday, he and my cousin on. No, he knows.
Dogs bite.
No, boy, my cousin not back in, boy. We and Clarence Christian just talk about some valid points, but I waiting to hear them.
Brent, let me correct you. You see on my WhatsApp status and my Facebook status, I have a video in the airport coming, right?
Right. Yes.
Last week Saturday, I listening to Q95 on Kyrie FM on the next level program. They have my video playing talking about how the opposition just deceive people and lie and look at development that happening in the country.
Your video?
My video.
Have you spoken to any person from the opposition party? like most people like, oh yeah, you workers. I'm like, okay, if I'm workers, I'll be speaking to Teacher Sika. I'll be speaking to Edison.
No, you misunderstand me. You misunderstand me. You misunderstand me. They don't say my video is a video made for the opposition, you know.
Right.
They have it displaying, talking about the progress that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And how much work that already starts, you know, and you can see it. It's circulating on social media. Everybody can see the work start.
Oh, your video.
My video. I make it in the UK, the United Kingdom.
Every straw they get, they jumping on it, man. When you drowning.
But that man worse than donkey in heat.
When you're drowning, any straw that's floating by, you will hold it, hang on to it, you know. Because if the Prime Minister did, he's campaigning for next election, you know. This is his campaign strategy because he has used that lifeline for the last 3 elections. I'm going to give you an airport the next day. You give me the mandate. I'm going to give you an international airport and you can play it. You can put up the video and you have it in your archives and tell the people, but you cannot fool the people all the time. The people are going to wake up one day and realize after 25 years you're in power and you cannot give us not even a highway freedom of an international airport. Sansove waiting to connect to Grand Fond and Rosalie. For 20 years, you can't cut one piece of road. What road have you cut in Dominica? What high school have you built? What new projects? Like, Margo Salmon.
If I want you to play a video on the restroom, where to send it for your WhatsApp or Facebook?
Send it on Facebook. But you can play it, you know, you can hit the button down in the middle. The foot button from the left.
It's on my phone.
So send it to Facebook. Because you cannot tell me you've been there. You are the architect of our development. Let us plan something. Sit down for the next 50 years. We plant the tree today. Jolly Sunday, the 12th of June. We plant the tree now. At least in the next 5 years, we will be receiving the benefits. The tree will be a fruit. Jolly, pa yon pied banane, pa yon anye zo ka planté for the country. What is the country planting to develop the country? So how you can tell me you are the one in charge? But you have
the Minister of Agriculture telling the people of Wesley and Woodfordale go and acquire the skills they need so they can work in the airport. But by the time them people they get the skills, by the time they get the skills, Brent, airport finish. Even airport come in.
Airport la fini.
We have a college that doesn't teach carpentry and joinery.
Papa, man. Just hold on. But you just realized I played the video a while ago. It wasn't giving me volume. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Don't worry about the volume. Just play the video. I'll send you number 2. I'll send you part 2.
Yes, people only say the airport wouldn't build.
Ready video, no Brent.
The airport wouldn't build. The construction of the airport has started.
I don't see it, you know.
You don't see it?
No.
Construction of the airport has started.
Oh, I'm not sharing the screen. My bad.
Moving topsoil, so
I'm not sharing the screen. Hold on.
Airport coming. Ready to take flight. Carnival can't wait.
See it now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's start it again.
Yes, people only say the airport wouldn't Yes, people, oh, they said the airport wouldn't build. Oh, they said the airport wouldn't build. The construction of the airport has started. The construction of the airport has started. We do it ground testing now and we do soil. We're moving topsoil, so airport coming. Ready to take flight, Carnival, can't wait.
So you made that video. So
I made that.
you make that video and they use it on the show.
The man have that on their thing, Saturday night.
Papa, man.
I say, boy, them men have more guts. I say them men have more guts than Scars got.
That's good. So you just mess with them a little bit, and they bite
Boy,
your bit.
mess with them now. Every day I not on live, no Brent.
So they cannot see there is no mountain in the background. They can't tell
So you don't think they don't know that? They know that.
But they just want to tell you airport start.
Because people have it shared on social media. So they need to encourage the people and motivate them. Like, yes, it really come in.
Come in. Right. And then the second one you sent me, which one is that one now?
That is the one where they have it on their background.
All right, let me bring it up. All right. So that one there, I'm gonna share screen. Let me get it on my phone so I can play the volume one time. But just so you capture everything.
But Brent, if you don't have business on social media, repeat it. Don't let me see it.
Don't let just to see it. You twice you share it everything.
I downloaded everything that have relevance.
Pause. All right, let me get it now. Okay, so we're gonna share that screen, and we come in. But you can share the screen yourself, right?
I don't have it on thing.
Oh, you don't have it on thing.
I don't send it for you know.
Oh, okay, yes. But you can share it on your Facebook the same way. All right. Loading right now.
We got journalists and Simeon, you know.
And I will never understand. I will never understand how.
Did I play the same one over?
No.
That's the one, right?
That is the one where they have it on their program.
Right.
Talking about the development start.
But I think we have to understand who we're dealing with, and if we do that, then we won't be surprised.
But they take out the volume and they just have it on a loop.
Oh.
So now decide where it's showing you where you could see the highway. It doesn't reach as far as there. When it reaches there,
but you can see at Kyrie FM.
Program.
Brent, why say I should send lawyer a paper for them and tell them and cease and desist?
All these things that will improve the level of domination.
Well, you're recording for all 5 minutes, man.
Go have the whole show.
And
have the whole show. Let's go back to our program. Have the whole show. You know, have every next level program on my hard drive, you know.
Wow. So wait a minute. So you mean to tell me you make a little video of Earth movement and they jump on it like they haven't break ground yet in Wesley. So how they can say Earth movement and ground break?
But the partner for Wesley News Online, he reposts my video, making a video next to it saying that video is a lie from the pit of hell.
Fidel Grant.
Not Fidel Grant. It have a young partner. He have a little restaurant.
Which one is that? Where restaurant is?
Wesley partner. He have a little program. He does do on Wesley News Online. Since that saga start.
Okay.
So you tell people, do not believe that video. That video is a video from the pit of hell. Nothing not said start. The only work that start in Wesley is houses they building for people.
But
so them man know 100% that is not Dominica.
Right.
Them man know 120% that is not the construction of the international airport. But because them man know, Brent, that is have some naive
people that will believe this lies.
That will just jump on the bandwagon. Let us just feed them.
Feed them.
Let us just feed their appetite.
Why?
And when they while that plane, they are turning their stuff and saying, okay, you see, that is where turning their stuff and say, let's build the damn airport. And they start with that slogan. We're
Okay.
building the damn airport.
Yeah, let's build it, man. I mean, it's airport is a good thing. It's not a bad thing for the airport. But we have to start planning what else are we gonna put in the airport to get shipped. Because cargo merchandise is a big thing. What are we producing that we can
But Brent,
ship in large
But Brent,
quantities using the airport?
when we had that problem with the bypass in Whitaker, everybody saying the government taking too long to build that bypass, too long to build that bridge. I tell them the question is what Delices producing? What that going and pay back for the bridge? Every time
You have
Delices
to check
people go
in.
Roseau is to buy, you know.
It's to
These
buy.
people doesn't really go Roseau to sell anymore.
Well, not when Baden flow in.
But Brent, Baden is a seasonal thing.
It's Christmas time.
And
School opening.
and at least 25% of where you know that Baden do have Baden again.
Yeah, the Baden suffer a major blow.
So back in the days when if we had bananas and them thing, then people know every day 6,000 boxes of bananas coming out daily.
Every week.
My God, we need a bridge.
Definitely, yes. That's a major.
We need a bridge.
Yeah.
But when you have Scout coming with his 2 bags of Toloma, of course we can sling that across the thing.
We can sling it across.
We can sling it across.
No, but major, the back road was there. They just open the back road and make that in a week back road open. They didn't have to go and struggle make that bridge.
See what that happened with the will of the community now. See how fast and how far you would reach with the will of the community. Imagine if the community had the support of the government.
They will be sky high, right? Like I've been appealing for the government to assist the people on the ground, you know what I'm saying? Because they have what it takes. The foundation has been built. The will has been created. Right now, we just need assistance to keep it moving and a little faster. You know what I'm saying? But Kent Edwards, if you know what's good for you, if you want re-election, if you are seeking re-election, please go up the list, assist the people. Visit the elderly like you used to. We're not giving them the medicine. Please go up there, check on the people and them. We're not asking you for $1 million one time. Just go and check on the people and them. If you promise them something, tell them it already yet, but it will come. The old man waiting for his bed, speaking of which. But all in all, just to little steps. You make a factory in Delices, you've opened our hotel, you open the back road, you will get your returns. Jungle Bay, you know how much money was, he had his own airport, his own airline, because of how much tourists he had to be transporting. He was fed up of people luggage staying in Antigua, people luggage staying in Puerto Rico. People cannot leave the island. So he agreed to me. He had his own hummingbird airline. Everybody knows air travel to Dominica is a headache. I was coming to Dominica in 2019 for a funeral. And it took me 5 days to return to Dominica. And I said Dominica 3 days. 5 days to get into the place. What kind of a magic is that? And when I came into Guadeloupe, it was around Creole Festival time. That was so obviously all the small airlines were booked. A whole plane load. We leave Miami, we stop in Haiti, and then we got into Guadeloupe. A whole plane load. There was about 10 people I knew on the airplane, We have people I knew from Miami, New York, Connecticut. So why we have so many Dominicans going to Guadeloupe? A whole plane load. On a Thursday, overnight in Guadeloupe. Now next day, all these people have to get a hotel room. Go into the store, buy some this, buy some that. Guadeloupe is profiting from us. But if you're coming straight into Dominica, guess what? All our money coming home. That's what extra fees you're paying for taxi. I was going Saint Francois. The taxi man said it's like 90 euro. I go for the rental car. No rental car. So I called my friend and said, hey, my cousin is traveling with me because she was supposed to go down by Gunshot down Saint Francois. So my friend said, no, that's not an issue. She can stay downtown with us. You know what I'm saying? So all that money you're going to be spending in that country, but if you're going straight to Dominica, that cost would have been cut. And don't forget, my ticket's sky high. You paying like 500 US.
That is your mistake, Brent. You know Dominica don't have airport. You're traveling to Dominica. Not travel to Guadeloupe. You have to be comfortable saying you're traveling to one of the neighboring islands, and when you get a chance, you'll go Dominica. Don't set yourself up like that with high hope.
Take a ferry, high risk, man. But
you see, like me, if I live in England, I go in St. Lucia, I don't go in Dominica. And I St. Lucia, I pull up with Tabby, I drink a couple of beers.
Right.
And I pass by the wharf and I see the boat don't come yet.
Right.
And Tabby, what best I go down today, man. And I just going down.
You just going down. When they
I
making that
just
check?
going down. But you cannot plan to go Dominica like Dominica
It-
have a
it's
road to
rough.
Dominica. It don't have a road to Dominica.
So we definitely need an international airport. The need is there for the international airport. But we have
My
to
brother,
sustain it. Like anything
my
else, you
brother,
have to be able to sustain that, whatever you're building.
to
So what
come
are we
out
producing?
England, to come out
Mhm.
England, you have to fly over Dominica to go St. Lucia, you know.
You fly passing, bypass. You passing it
And
straight.
them and what I suspect with them Virgin Atlantic and them British Airways pilot, the man so wicked they know they have Dominicans on board. They going low enough where you can read a number plate on a vehicle, you know. Boss, them men
Yeah.
flying that big plane so low.
Yeah.
You can read the number plate on a
Number plate.
bus to let you know, look at your country. Or you're so
Yeah.
behind. You're gonna watch it for it to go back there. You don't see
Yes,
nice wickedness.
Let's remind
Anyway,
our
big
guests,
up to the people and them on the live, man.
like and subscribe. So every time we come on live, you guys can see it. Share it with your friends, share it with your relatives, just share it to all your world. Share it to the entire world. So coming Father's Day, we have a television raffle, a 50-inch smart TV. So we have what is called the White River Development Committee. It's a non-profit organization out of Delices. We named it after the White River because it spans from all the way in the mountain all the way to the sea. It encompasses the entire of Delices. So please support the vibes. All proceeds are going towards the development of Delices. So ensure you guys find Cedric Hille, Chlorine Simon Joseph. We have Marcia Baron. We have Kerwin Hodge. We have Kima Moses. Find one of them and buy that ticket. It's $5 a chance. It's a 50-inch smart TV. Imagine you pay $5 and you get a television worth $2,000. You know what I'm saying? So this is a win-win for everybody. So all the contributions will be going towards Delices. As of right now, we have balls for the football academy. We have soccer shoes for the football academy. We are also working on the jerseys and the football protection, the shin guards and stuff like this. So definitely every penny counts. I know some people don't like just giving money, but we are giving you something in return or a chance to win something in return. I also have a GoFundMe, just so that you see it. The one on you know, it's on PayPal. So we're looking to raise $5,000 to finish off funding the football academy and put a topsoil on the playing field. Because as of right now, the balls we sent a couple months ago, they're being ruined because there are rocks on the playing field. So then you kick that ball, it damages the ball. So we need a nice layer of topsoil just to and get the grass going. So definitely all those funds will be used for the football academy and the playing field. So definitely. So please share. I sent it to a few persons already. So if you guys see it, please be generous. It's community building. We've been contributing towards the church all our lives. Or was the church come back in return and directly contribute to the community? So right now we are telling you contribute directly to the community because everybody loves to see a Dominica flag in a stadium somewhere. If Olympics, whatever it is, a Dominica flag there, we are proud, we are happy, we can tell our friends, Dominica. Yes, big up. So now we have a chance to get something started from the ground up. So let us build ourselves, let's build our people, let's get the country moving forward. Because if Dominica goes forward, all of us will be happy because international level come in, yes. But we need to market Dominica in such a way that people flying into Dominica. Our tourism market.
That is what I was explaining, that we build our country. We build a standard to Dominica. Dominica have a name for itself. Dominica is known for a certain kind of people, a certain character of people, a proud people. And now we're just giving our sovereignty to a man to just go and sell and tell him come back and build that voltage for us. And we'll pay him for building it. My people, that mass is something easy to understand that it is wrong in all different ways, shape, and size. That is something that is the average man should be able to understand that, but we have some of us who are wicked, selfish, and self-centered. And all we're looking for is how can me as an individual, how can I as an individual benefit from the nonsense that's going on? And that is what we need to change. Because Bricks Branca John have a song saying, once you're born in poverty, that's always where you will be. An expression you hear the world over. But you cannot take that thing for face value. You as an individual have to build yourself and the people around you. Because you cannot go and build your house in the ghetto, $100,000 house, and think you're going to get $100,000 for it. $100,000 in Delices is not $100,000 in Roseau.
At all. Just so
You
real
will
quick,
never get $100,000. Huh?
let me big up our YouTube listeners. You know, Petila's listening. My mom is listening if you're YouTube. Thanks for joining in on our YouTube. So persons, if you know, some people have their YouTube where you could listen and cover the phone. Like Facebook, you have to keep the phone on for you to listen. But with YouTube, you could just subscribe to YouTube and have it playing in the background, you know, while
Or like a podcast, like.
Right, like a podcast. So yeah, thanks all YouTube viewers for viewing this evening. We appreciate the support. But yeah, man, but we need more people in Dominica, in the diaspora, to be having those conversations. What they want to see Dominica, what Dominica will be like if we all come together and work together.
What the people in diaspora have to do is do like me, you know, hold all the family ransom.
Yes,
because I'll tell my mother straight, if she's in labor and she's in the government working, don't ask me for nothing, you know.
That's it.
Don't ask me for nothing.
Yeah.
My grandmother too, same thing. My auntie, all you. Once all you can brave enough to tell me that the government good and the government working, my brothers play movie. Once all can tell me things good on the country, don't ask me for nothing.
You cannot ask for anything.
Let me ask all you, send up for me.
Here we go, boom.
Because it's good for all you, just send up for me.
Send up for me.
But some of us, we want to play naive. We know it's not good and we don't tell them nothing. And we have a whole nasty, stinking attitude. Want to say, boy, so things is in Dominica. DA, so it is.
We accept mediocrity.
We know better.
We know better.
We know DA so because the people have it so, the people want it so.
And no,
you see how many people are in protest in the Middle East when they protest? You see how many people
in there?
You see how many people protesting? Why is that country there where the military just took over the government? Myanmar.
Oh, yes.
The people are on the streets dying, and people keep coming back every day because why? A sacrifice have to be made, or else it's going to get worse.
No, but Dominicans, they are contented. They are very contented people. You can give them 1 inch and they will be satisfied with it. You give them 1 bread and they will be happy. Whatever little you give them, because don't forget, they come from nothing, and you give them something, they're happy. They will not tell you they don't want it. No, they will accept it with a willing heart. And these are all of Dominicans. The man, I was watching Emo News, and that man, you could see the house in a miserable state. They don't have an oxygen tank that finishing. He say a COPD or something like this. Every 3 days, he has to get a new bottle. But the Ministry of Health is assisting him in getting the bottles. But the man still checking, well, he happy with what he have. Like, bro, the house, you can see, take a little tray to block the opening, and the man still happy. So Dominicans give them nothing, and they good. You check me? So this is how the government uses all these little things to play on the people's mind, because they have something, you give them a free $400 a month. Because he said they told him if he can find a place with about $500 a month, they will assist him. I think the Ministry of Welfare. But what place are you gonna get for $500 a month? So they cannot get a place for him.
Rent a banana shed. A banana shed, you can get that for $500 a month. You remember the Prime Minister saying on his Arnou Parlez, if all you want all the Prime Minister to live in a banana shed,
Yeah, but 32 grand later, well, somebody 64, 32,000 can give each person, civil servant, $500 more a month. This gentleman, the honorable gentleman, said the CBI program is too fragile to give civil servants an increase on that income. But we are putting an important project like an international
$1
airport
million project
on the CBI back. You see what I'm saying? He cannot give our civil hardworking teachers, police officers, nurses, doctors, our hardworking civil servants cannot get a raise. But you, as the prime minister, could get a building.
100% for Dominica to develop at a more quicker rate. Civil servants need a decrease in salary.
No, not the ministers of government. Ministers of government.
No, ministers of government need another 50% raise because they get 2 already since they're in government. Since they're in government, they get 2 raise already. So a civil servant that need a decrease.
Why would they decrease their salary?
Yes, you have to take out in their salary because they're too comfortable.
The nurses and doctors, they can't afford
all of them because the problem is, Brent, is they that controlling the country, you know.
They are working for the country.
They are the engine of the country, you know.
They are the ones, the police officers, nurses, doctors, teachers.
And it's they that want to be walking around with their head up and their darkers on their car, thinking they all that, you know.
Comfortable. Oh, you're absolutely right. The
salary a civil servant getting in Dominica is the dull money of a British citizen.
You absolutely
Job seekers allowance of a British citizen.
You go in far in Antigua, a high school teacher in Antigua is making almost 1.5 times what Dominica teachers are making. And that is no exaggeration. Go St. Kitts is the same thing. Go Anguilla.
3 years ago, the union tried to get a raise for the civil servant. Kerry just go and have a meeting with them.
Yeah, be a point.
And when they come back, what they say they're going to do, they're going to talk to the other Caribbean countries to find out how they raise their minimum wage. My brother, they put it up.
They put, that is it. Give you their money. Up. Because you can tell, because somebody will not be able to pay somebody to cut their grass for them. But if they have the funding, they will. Their time is so valuable that they will pay a little youth man to wash their car, pay a youth man to cut their grass, so that money rolling back in the community. That youth man that have nothing to do, he don't have no bread to eat, he can wash your car for you. You give him $20, so he now can buy bread for his mother and his family. So that money roll in the community. But when you tell me the government, everything go to the minister, It's not supposed to be like that. It's a welfare system, well operational. You homeless, you write a letter to the department, they review your case, they send somebody local to take a look at your situation and see what you need. What are we doing this in the community? Are we taking stock of what's happening? Do we have a running sheet of the poverty line? Who lives below the poverty line? What is happening? Who can go in the bank and take a loan? Because we have to be able to sustain our banks. When we give all these young people free houses, so who's going to take the loan to buy houses? Who's going to buy materials? All those material companies are going to be struggling.
People, Brent, we are talking about teachers that have been teaching for 20 years.
Yeah, and they cannot build their own house. They can't buy a vehicle.
Police officers that have been police officers for 20 years, government giving them a house. And you want your country to grow.
Yeah, there's no growth. It have to be a trickle-down effect. That money have to make money and that to roll around and circulate in the community. It can't come out from hand to mouth and it's finished.
I will say it again and you can put it on the record. Civil servants need a decrease in salary by 20%.
Well, Dominica will be empty because everybody will leave and go to Antigua, to Guadeloupe, to Martinique, to St. Lucia.
But
because there's nothing preventing them from going.
They will still come back and vote.
They'll come back and vote.
They'll come back and vote.
They'll come back and vote.
They will come back and vote. So they need a decrease in salary. They need a decrease in salary by 20%.
20%, to make them uncomfortable.
So then they can start to buy Brent. Once you're telling me you cannot afford to pay somebody to cut your grass, or you cannot afford to buy 2 hands of fig and 2 dashing and some sweet potato from your neighbor that is a farmer, You're not yet making money, Brent.
It's cheaper to buy a
No
cup of
matter how
rice.
big, no matter how big and how posh you feeling, because you wearing a suit to go to
Tie.
work and a tie, and you're driving in a car in air condition to go to work, and you come back and you're telling me you're asking your neighbor, you can give me 2 dashin and 2 feet now for me to make a fast growth there. No, you're just supposed to just come and just hand your neighbor $40 at the end of the month, or $60 or $100, and tell her, when you go to your garden next week, can you just put some food by my kitchen for me?
Yep.
That is how it's supposed to work. You make money so you can afford to live your life. And in
When
that
last
way, you
just
helping
to,
the neighbor live their life.
when last you said Dominican take a vacation and go somewhere?
Boy, let me tell you that. When Glenford come up England and Glenford tell me you come on a vacation, I tell Glenford you're mad. England you come on vacation, he tell me I tell him that's if you go on vacation for so much places that become writing. I said that's when people come England is not for vacation to come and stay there, sir. But Glenford is one of the fortunate ones that already had his plan in motion
Yeah, his
and he
farm,
could
he's
see
doing
his
his
way.
farm, and he's doing his
But
thing,
the
yeah, man.
only reason he had a plan in motion and he could see his way is he didn't settle in the 9 to 5 he have and say he make it.
He hustle, man, he push.
He had to provide his food for himself. He had
And
to
to
feed
sell.
himself.
Yep.
My brother, once you want to depend on the market, Rosso, and you're working for the government, you must miss it.
Okay, where me say?
Because you
He
don't earn
market,
enough salary
he
to
market
live that
Roseau, right?
luxurious life.
Rice, flour, and macaroni. Dominicans live in they had provision on in their cupboard. Rice, flour, macaroni. It's like corned beef.
Brent,
Yo, bam well happy. Yes, man. Citrus shield. Okay. Innocent Kinoi? Okay. All
Brent,
right. Citrus.
carrot shake.
Yeah.
Brent, $1.20.
You have to make a juice. You have to make no.
Brent,
No, guess what?
£1.20. So Brent, I'm gonna go in my fridge. I'm gonna take carrot. I'm gonna use water, wash it. Use the blender, blend it. Use electricity to blend it. Use a strainer to strain it. Then I have to wash the strainer. Put ice in the juice. When I can just go in the shop and buy that for $1.20.
No, guess how much carrot you have in there? A little a coloring of carrot. It have carrot in that.
No, that one. Listen. It's not $10 I buy that there.
It have carrot in that just too. No, if you
That
make
one
that
have
in
carrot.
Dominica,
It even have the fiber in it. So you don't tell me it have carrot. I don't care if it's. I don't care if it's a piece of sac mayul. I don't even care if it's a pack sac mayul they put in it.
But we can do that in Dominica. We can make something. We have to have a factory making. So when we have the international airport, we shipping something.
Brent,
It could be apple juice. It could be grapefruit juice. It could be orange juice.
The problem
Passion
is
fruit.
not weak. Brent, the problem is not we can make it, Brent. We the citizens and the people of Dominica are showing we can make it.
Right.
You have that young partner from Grand Fond that making the natural juices.
Right.
Pomsite, passion fruit. When I was Dominica, I used to sell pomsite for him by bag, $100 for a bag of pomsite, a whole bag.
Yes, I.
A whole bag, Brent, a whole bag, 100-pound bag of pomsite for $100, Brent. You know how much juice that in that?
Yeah, not juice. What I'm saying is we need a factory. There's no way.
Brent, that man shouldn't need a factory, Brent. The government, all government workers buying the juice. The man have couple little bosses located in different locations in town.
Right.
Brent, all you have to do now, you as the government is, listen, boom, go online, find a processing method, find a factory, and you just build it and then you just list it to that man.
Yeah, man. Let the operation.
You don't sell it, you don't rent it.
Just
you list it to him. That's a contract.
Just to pay Bushu laga, so se mate ni kubuli factory, kete kubuli factory ale, kadi cut list. Se mun la kakite sa yo ni ale. Kiman they're gonna make their plan is not to develop the island. Their plan is to take full your pocket of whatever they can. Because there's no way you're there for 20 years. Your pocket full already. Right now we should be dumping
you know that.
to the island.
You know that. I know that. And the 16 people that watching that live, they know that, you know.
Because there's no way. Why is like what is the plan? If okay, after 5 years, okay, that was the plan, but now the plan changed. After 10 years, that was the plan, but the plan changed. But that fruit tree you plant 10 years ago, it should be making fruit. So right now, we all Dominican should be eating some ripe mango, some kashima, some zaboka, some yampe. At least something should be given. Nothing ain't given. The CBI
Brent,
passport
we challenged 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, remain, what has the government put together or build or invest in that bring in an annual income,
Any viewers in
That
the
question
USA?
still standing, Anybody. Because Brent, why I telling you? We have wicked people? I listen to Creole Heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
And I listen to Ophelia. And
Right.
that other lady, Mr. David Miller, if I don't know what her name is.
You will believe that. What's her name?
Sit down and talking about, Brent, how the World Creole Festival was such a productive thing and how it kept the culture of Dominica alive and how it encouraged the young people to take part in culture and participate in culture, and it shined a light on the globe from the global world to show them how Dominican and Dominica live in life. They wish we could go back to that. When was the last time Ophelia make a new song now?
Boy, not 19 not. And that's my lady selfie that I like Ophelia to death, This lady when she hold a mic there is
and that is why when she was trying to sing for the launching of the airport, the mic cut off on her.
I don't
Because
watch
the
it,
mic saying I not in your magie. You just talk about developing Dominica.
Just to hold on, I'm gonna cut you off. I can't see who's joining the Facebook, so you have to big them up as they come in. My last day was if they're asking questions, I not seeing the vibration. I just not tuning and realizing Viva Mama on, Paul on, Mary Joe. I agree with you, my boy. Once the government good, don't ask for anything. But the house still not there's sad title. Like nobody has a title for the houses.
No.
Macpherson, we're going on Macpherson. Yes, man. Eva, thanks for watching. Hilma, yeah, man. Thanks for watching the vibration. Yeah, man, because we all have families down in the community. And if the community develop, everybody will be taken care of. There's not an if, but or maybe the more people that in the list is the more people to more eyes on everything. You check me?
But Brent, what I'm trying to show you there is we have a set of Dominicans that know right from wrong. That know the truth from the fabrication. And when the spotlight not on them, when they're in a certain environment, they vocal. And when somebody can actually hear them, that is when they mute in. My question is, what is the biggest sacrifice? Getting heard and spreading a good message, or staying quiet while others suffer? And them people, they don't care.
No, give me leve saga. Just to hold on, look Jefferson Macpherson say, your host is a madman. Why did you say that, Jefferson?
Yo, I don't. The thing, Brent, the labels doesn't matter, as long as the message reaching.
Yeah, man.
As long as the message reaching the masses, Brent, because at the end of the day, anybody that will stand up against with 100% just stand up against victimization is really a mad person,
Yeah, man.
Because everybody else trying to make themselves comfortable in Sodom. Comfortable. Yes, they can do that, but they're not doing it to me.
Yeah.
Yes, they can do that to Choxy, but they wouldn't do that to a Dominican. So what do you think that's going to happen when we go Antigua?
Yep.
What do you think that happened to Monfares when he left Dominica and he reached Dominican Republic? They arrested him. It's the same process, but just that this time he's a different man.
Yep.
You think Choxy didn't know that happened to Monfares? So as soon as it happened to him, he born kidnapping.
Yep.
It's like the dog brain that come and volley your thing at you. Once you pick up this stone, It's starting to cry, you know.
He's starting to really no, he's
All of a
a
sudden, all of a
yeah.
sudden, that dog is a victim, you know.
A victim, he's a victim. He come and follow your
Because
finger, but yeah, man.
because the dog know what it was coming to do already.
Long time.
Choxy know the mission here, and Choxy know why in the Caribbean.
He knows exactly. He knows.
And he know what India want to do to get rid of him. So
Yeah.
as soon as they take him, he ball kidnap,
Hands
get
in the
light on
air.
him. Everybody want
Yeah.
to know who they kidnap now.
Yep. Right now, big international news. Dominica on our CBI passport at ransom
Right
right
now,
now.
Scotland Yard investigating. Scotland
Yep.
Yard have a police on the case.
All phone records have to be issued in. Boy, that's big business right there. We're gonna see we're gonna shed the light on what's happening. How can our alleged information if our commissioner involved in the magic there? That is way beneath you.
But Brent, what I understand tonight there is they tried to bring Choxy in once before, you know. And they said no, you know. And all of a sudden they say yes, you know. Couple weeks later, you know. Them four British citizens they are traveling together to come down to the Caribbean, you know.
Yes.
An airplane leave Dubai, leave Qatar, Dubai, come down Dominica. The same day, the pilot and the other man sit down in Fortune, eating and drinking, you know, and we have quarantine, you know.
Backside. Why? Stand by your borders. Look with the officials. Well, how can this man is a Caribbean citizen, but a plane from India reaching Dominica? I say India, Dubai, or wherever I came from. Say Qatar. A bit up that coast, right? But how can we allow these things to happen? This man has to go through a due process. They have to do their due diligence and verify that information. As a Caribbean citizen, I'm not condoning wrongdoing. If India say he stole $2 billion and they have to take that case in Antigua, this man, India don't recognize dual citizenship. So as soon as he was issued an Antiguan citizenship, so that Indian citizenship is null and void. So they are claiming Antigua didn't do a due diligence and do a full background check on him that would have brought up the crimes but that was since 2017. So those probably were not even in the system yet. So he was escaping because he knew he'd take his $62 billion and he running away. So he checked his in. But with that Choxy case, right now, that is putting our passport sales. It's going to decline because those criminals that will alleged criminals that were accustomed of getting away with crazy crimes will realize it's not working. Because if Choxy goes back to India, which means all his friends and all the big guys he was dealing with will realize that passport not working, you know, because I thought I had a diplomatic immunity. Or when I reach in your land, nobody can touch me. And you send him back to India. Then I wouldn't buy the passport again. In order to keep our passport going, send Choxy back to Antigua. Let them do their little court case, and then they will determine whether or not they can revoke his citizenship in Antigua. But he has no citizenship as of right now if Antigua takes back their citizenship, because India don't recognize dual citizenship. But he has some big lawyers going for him, just to even volley $2 billion. They say he volleyed. It's alleged he stole $2 billion.
But Brent, if somebody have no citizenship, where you going and send them?
Interpol, Massau. Put them in
the Bermuda Triangle.
In the Bermuda Triangle, easy.
What's up, René? Choxy go and stay Dominica. Choxy go and die and bury in Dominica.
What's up, Candy? I'm telling you that. What's up, Owen? Thanks for joining the live. Nah, man, sending back
to go and die and bury in Dominica.
Hold on. Mary Jo said, I suspect Choxy have a big money on his head. Of course he have big money on his head. You think you can take all the money there from India and then people wouldn't put a ransom on your head for a jet plane to live in Asia and reach in Dominica with how many eight personnel on board? So you know there were high action going on there. But the plan was to, because on the 25th of what month it was? In June, 25th of just to May, they had a document for the police commissioner to handle him, just to pull it. It's on my Facebook. It's in my WhatsApp. There's a letter on the 25th for the police commissioner to take care of business. But guess what? The people get information as they broke the news that he was missing, abducted in Antigua, end up in Dominica. So which means there has to be a proceeding. The judge has to hear that case to dismiss the gentleman. But they try to do it so fast, but the people faster than them. So Miss Guston Brown is saying now that we do not want Choksi in Antigua. Why don't you want your citizen? You sold them on a passport. The man is an Antiguan citizen by every accord. He comes from India, he got to the United States, then he come down to Antigua. He told you guys he bought your passport. You guys were whining and dining. He was whining and dining with government officials in Antigua. That man was considered an elite. The man had plenty money, so they want to dine with him. Now that he's in trouble, they try to pretend like they're not his friend. So all our diplomatic passports, they become Dominican citizens. We have to afford them the same level of respect you would do to a Dominican. We are selling. This is like you selling your products. And when I buy your tablet, Coco, and I go and use the toilet later, and I can just to South Fela pate bon South foi mon kaka. Ou ka di mon kason ou gen bagay yo. Ali bat me say why so sa ko love and chevon. No, that man there is a citizen of the country. So we have to afford him the same level of respect, the same level of dignity we would do to a CARICOM citizen. Tell India, I know India gave us their vaccine. As soon as we SOS India, they gave us a vaccine right away. The plan was hatching. So India knew they need something from us. So as soon as we SOS them, he said, you know what? Ask for the vaccine. And we go work a deal. As soon as Dominica get the vaccine, first place they give is Antigua. Marguesa, Antigua get their vaccine, and everybody happy. But right now, they don't know claiming the vaccines are only good for 6 months. So 6 months ago now, they will take their vaccines after another booster shot. So keep money.
Me and you, when we were small, going and play football Tuma, we go by Ireland and borrow pineapples. And when we coming down, remember you that have the bargain. When we coming down, we meet Alan in the road. Alan say, we all come out.
Uncle Alan.
Alan say, we all come out. We say, Ong's by you, but you wasn't there. Ong say, okay, look, I have some sweetie there. Look, you give me two only bag. Ong say, but only I can spell pineapple. What you going to say? Just so that have the pineapple, you know, it's not me, you know. That is what Gaston Brong do with Choksi. India asking for Choksi, but Antigua cannot give Choksi to India because he's an Antiguan citizen. So what Antigua do is they throw their cochon on the water and let it drift to Dominica. And they say, Dominica, that have it with Dominica. Dominica is.
So we're going to look like the bad person to send him back to India right now.
If we don't send him back to India, now India going to watch us hard face.
Yeah,
and say, is that dose of vaccine all you waiting for there?
Yeah.
or you go with long.
Yeah.
Like cocktail pussy doesn't get a pay.
We owe India a favor because they did us a favor. We are one hand washing the other. You know what I mean?
Brent, in 2019, I make a post saying we sell them passport and then we sell them out, you know. Alison Maduke, David Shing, Monfared, David Shu. Brent, we sell them passport and we sell them out.
We sell them easy. We take their money and we sell them out. Is that what it is?
It's a business.
We cannot do that. No, man. We don't need to. We need to be up forefront because
it's like the partner that sit on the road every day, watching the girl and calling her nasty, just because she wouldn't sleep with him.
Yeah.
But the day he get the opportunity, if he have to pay, he will pay.
Le macaque passe à monter people macaque the fruit sour, il the fruit
I just cut a video dancing a video for you there.
Yeah, I saw it came in. Yeah, man, but all in all, Dominicans, it nice and simple, you know. But right now, I appealing on the government, the next budget, let us see 2 free factories to be constructed alongside your international airport, because if you're claiming this is what you're going to do for the people, but let me see something in it for the people. What is for the people? You put the houses, yes. Right now, Corona, not much people can leave the island. So if these people are on the island idle, the crime rate is going to go up, everything's going to go up. So right now, we have to create employment to keep these people employed. Hi, Amanda, Sakafet. Hi, Marel. Thanks for viewing. So we have to engage our young people. Just like an echo. So definitely. So right now, that next budget coming next month. Please, people, tune in. We need the government, because don't forget the survey for the electoral reform business. I fill out two of them. I check it out. Why is it so easy to fill out them survey now? Dominicans at home, my grandmother and them cannot fill out survey. So who are you making that survey for? So right there, so persons listen to the budget, make sure every minister come and give their own budget. The prime minister can't give a budget for the entire country. That is obsolete as of right now. We need every minister to come and say what they need the money for and how they're gonna make money to pay back the country for what the country doing for them, because the country keeps spending money all angles and nobody's saying, because our budget's supposed to be a plan. So we're making a plan. Okay, we're gonna spend $1 billion. But are they saying, okay, we're gonna make $1.5 million on that side? They come and give budget and we're gonna build this, we're gonna build that, we're gonna do this. The prime minister comes in one sheet of paper and tell you what they're gonna do. But at the end of the day, who keeps him, holds him, the opposition is supposed to hold him accountable. And he will say what they do. But our 7 escrow accounts, as of in a little while, our good my cousin Simeon Albert will be on his show live. I'm gonna take a listen and he's gonna explain to us our 7 escrow accounts, because Clarence Christian said even during the pandemic we saving how much $5 million every month. Even during after Erica, they were still saving $5 million. How we end up with $240 in the account? So these are some of the questions I want
That is the change that is the change the man mad in our pocket days that took in our savings and they not do not.
Because there's no way for all those years, for 12 years, you've been singing the same song, saving $5 million a month for our international airport. But all of a sudden, all the money gone, and you cannot show how the money was spent in housing. There is no way all that money went into the island, and we cannot see it. There's no way.
Can you imagine? Brent? Can you imagine that the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica, with over how many ministers of parliament we have? At least 18.
Yeah, or more. A lot. And senators. So between
government and yeah. And we have an account where we will put in $5 million a month.
Right.
And all of a sudden, when we ask for how much money is in it, the $5 million disappear.
Not even imagine 1 month.
What happening in an escrow account where it have just 2 men watching it?
And no one watching that guy. So nobody knows where that money is. Is the Montreal management?
That money disappear faster than the money on the thing in the. You remember it at that time? There are security guard watching money down on the bayfront.
My partner Scott is talking about now.
Brent, you see you, Brent. You cannot just repeat the things the school children have saying.
The school children don't say a lot, but my good partner Scott, man. That's my voice.
Brent, you have to understand, Brent.
If
it have over 18 eyes watching it.
18 times 2, man.
And it disappear.
Yeah.
Imagine if it have just 2.
2, yeah, it will walk away somewhere. It will hide in a corner somewhere. Marguesa. It's a shame to see, but you realizing everybody keep giving the country money. So why isn't the country not using those funds to generate funds? Any school child will tell you
that is not the
plan. You have to be able to multiply whatever you make in. So how are we multiplying? Anybody knows addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. The plan is to multiply anything we have. We have manpower. We are not utilizing it. We get in passport money. They have been planning for years. Eugene has told Dominicans to diversify because she saw banana was going down. But did we listen? Did we start planting more oranges? Did we start planting more boaden? Did we start planting sugarcane? Planting more tuluma? Planting more cassava? No, we just agree. You know what? It's going down. It's going down. The tourism product did not improve. We did not make more cruise. We did not make more cruise ship berth to entertain more cruise ship passengers. If we were going into tourism, we should have at least extended the bayfront into 3-4 more ships could come in, right? We did not do that. So how are we improving? So we were making banana income plus tourism income, right? No, we are not making the banana income. So we are poorer than we were 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So right now we have to develop. We have to take take for instance, St. Kitts. They use their CBI money and they develop St. Kitts. St. Lucia, excuse me, use their CBI money to develop St. Lucia. They have like 3 major cities in St. Lucia. Now, all those cities in St. Lucia, third biggest city, number 3, is bigger than Roseau, Dominica. What does St. Lucia have? Dominica don't have. Same climate, same mountains, although a friend of mine from St. Kitts told me she prefer Dominica than St. Lucia. I will take that every day. But what do they have that we don't have? So the same terrain, the same money we making to make a road, they're using it too. So we cannot say, and we're making more CBI sales than they are. Because when we sold 15,000 passports in 3 years, they sold over 5,000 in the 3 years. So
But
we are
Brent,
tripling them.
before you go and exaggerate with selling more passports, you have to as well back it up by we having more criminals in police custody with our passports than them as well.
They did. Because you remember when Sanford was coming to Dominica and PHR said they did a background check on him and said no. And he went to Antigua, right? And when the international banks came down on Sanford, the cricketer, remember the cricket was big in Antigua, big money was rolling, and then he got arrested for money laundering. He came to Dominica first, and PHR said he doesn't pass the test, he cannot come in the class. To pass, you have to pass the test to be in Dominica. You have to be able to stand up. And then he went to Antigua. Antigua accepted him, but guess what? The money he spent in Antigua, stayed in Antigua, the playgrounds he made, the stadium he built, stayed there. So remember when our prime minister is alleged that he met with the Chinese in Barbados, and our late PHR succumbed to injuries, wounds created by that. But that again, and during those times, Anthony Astafans jumped. They knew he was checking. Those were his friends, but Scared as a good way, or honorable prime minister, of making friends and doing his studies. So he was able to of everybody on the party. And as of right now, he chose
a different direction.
He hijacked the party. The slogan for the Dominican Labour Party was "All shall eat." That was when, in the early days, "All shall eat," and I love that slogan to death. I was supporting them. It was vibe back in the days. But after a while, they transferred from "All shall eat" to "Just our supporters shall eat." That is wrong to the highest level. And the Pope of Roseau, the Pope of Dominica, supporting that magi. All shall eat. You cannot tell me all do eating and you're happy because they don't give you $1 million for your cathedral. How you cannot sell your soul for that. You sell your soul for pennies. You cannot tell me some people suffering. I saw the old man, Casa. Well, let's go back to the list. This man loses house during the hurricane. He has one arm. He can't go and work to build a house. Instead of telling the man, well, you have a property to put a house for you. Nothing. This woman loses her whole house. Hurricane take everything. She's still homeless. Reds. So many people lose their whole house. So how you tell me all shall eat? And Mr. Edwards told Reds out, get dressed, come down for my apartment, We still have empty apartments. So party labor don't know apartment. Because if you are intent to give him one,
they don't want an apartment too. What you have to do, they don't want apartment. They cannot have empty apartment.
Just so people listen to what I hear. So they gave one young lady an apartment. She was living overseas, and lo and behold, Scared sent everyone to make baby. So obviously she's procreating. So she come back home to stay in her apartment. Her parents were occupying her apartment. She didn't go back in their house. I cannot check it. You have your own house. You live in your house and go and stay in an apartment. Mark, Red Cross hook you up, put your roof on your house, or whoever assisted you. I'm not 100% sure. People just call me and tell me I just call too much people name on my show, but I was giving people make pray and fire back. But you cannot tell me you have your own house, your own cover over your head, you're going to stay in an apartment. No, everybody's in when you come in. Everybody's in when you go.
No, because it's there the talkies. It's people like business they like to mine. People business they like to mine.
Yes, but definitely we try to bring back spots in this office. So please look out for that PayPal.
Yeah, put the link. Spread the link on the group chat.
Let me see if I can send it on there to get it going, because definitely we need to generate funds, because as you guys know, everything needs funding to operate. And if we are able to raise our own funds to assist ourselves, because as you guys can see, nobody really gonna assist us if we don't assist ourselves. So we have to do what we have to do. Hold on, it'll give me the option how to send it, you know. So let me see if I can choose. Sakriton, dem ka vini vie we just do. Laj ka mute just do. Kite mo bueno. So send to my email. Okay, I'll figure it out later. I'll pin it to the chat. Oh, I can just pin it to the chat, man. Let me see.
But what is that you were trying to do?
Yeah, pin it to the chat one time because I could probably do it from here. Save it and then pin it. Look at me video just to look at me video. You can't stop that, you know. You can't stop that. So you have to just boom and then send it to my Facebook. Yep, boom. So this is why I home so. So all have skills and talents you guys don't even know you guys have. All right. Facebook, boom. All right, boom. Boom. Okay. Next. So usa parler toujours just to share. Okay, let me go on Facebook and get it now. All right. Boom. All right. Let me get to Facebook. Boom. Home.
Brent, the issue we have, Brent, is our people don't want apartment, man. Your government can make apartment there for you and you're homeless. And you're telling me to have empty apartment. That's who in the kitchen that feel in the heat we. Every day police have to come and take me out in an apartment we. Can't tell me about that pal taking you out in an apartment. You didn't want an apartment.
Yeah.
You're not a citizen of Dominica then.
He's
if a citizen by investment and is special funding for housing, so tell them citizens that buying that making their investment, I need a house.
Exactly.
Come and tell us you want a house. Make somebody record you and put it on social media saying the government have empty apartments and you do get in one. So just you can repost it and I can tag it to the advertisement. Yeah, they saying it's a special contribution for housing, so they can
we go,
everybody that get houses.
What I pay? Here we go. It's up now. Boom. So you could just email me directly or message me directly. I can send the link directly to you because I don't think you guys are able to click on the link off the screen. But definitely, yeah. Let me send it. Anyways, I'll figure out how to send it to everybody else. But yeah, but it's on the screen right now. So you're gonna hit your HTTPS paypal.me/pool/Charlie/8 Alpha Golf Zebra Kilo Delta Charlie 5 Victor. So you just click on those and it's gonna take you directly to that PayPal account. And please be generous. Please assist our vibration. Please share it. I did post it to my Facebook as well. So we want to see sports in the community go up because if sports in Dominica go up in general, we have too many sportsmen and we're not really pushing those young men. We're not showing those young men we care. We go up there and we stay. We're not pulling nobody up. We have to pull everybody behind us up. That is the only way forward. And everybody have to come together. We have to work together because our ancestors didn't have plenty. But when one man light his fire in the morning, he give the neighbor a body fee. The neighbor give another neighbor body fee. And everybody fire light. Everybody can make their little coffee in the morning and check their sin for the rest of the day. Guess what? That one don't have matches, you know. But it doesn't matter because his neighbor have sugar. He don't have to have sugar too. He can borrow a little sugar to make his little drink, the sweetness cacao tea. That one they have a cow giving milk. That neighbor have to stop, probably give 4 or 5 neighbor milk on his way home. You check me? And it's so used to happen before, just to making a house, just to building a house. We all come and assist just to build this house. You check me? And it used to happen like that before. All of a sudden, we just walk away from those traditions. We lose our culture. We lose our lifestyle. And we just want to sit down by the roadside and expect people to give us. Now we have to be trying. We have to be working.
You need to stop for a minute, Brent. It's not we want to sit by the roadside, you know, Brent. The opportunities we had are taken away, you know, Brent. The opportunities you had when you were younger, Brent, when you could go and deflower and banana field for him and he would give you $20. That opportunity gone, you know.
Gone.
The opportunity you had where you used to sit down by Blackstone, sit down Large Junction on a Saturday about 11. So you can wait for when them tourists come so you can say, waterfall, mate. And you could go waterfall and make 20, 40, 50 US, 60 US.
Easy.
And come back by Blackstone, it bonbon and custard biscuit.
Yeah.
Them opportunities, they're gone, Brent.
Gone, man. And we have to bring them back. We have to build them ourselves. Because a tourist comes somewhere, they want to see something nice. What do we have to show them other than the waterfall? Because the waterfall, okay, they can see waterfall anywhere in the world. So why would they come to Dominica? Let's make it when they come to Dominica, they get an experience. Just go and see the people, the friendly, and let's set it up nicely, man. The architecture, we're not even protecting any of our old buildings. We have built upstairs and downstairs in wood in Delices that were damaged by the hurricane. We are not taking steps to renovate those buildings.
Me said the Catholic Church and Dubai way to make a club.
You go right ahead. I think they have plans to rebuild the Catholic Church.
Hold on, so they cannot. They are waiting begging the government for offering. You see, the bishop doesn't talk.
I saw Grand Base
they are waiting for the government to give them another check for them to build the cathedral.
I saw Grand Base raising their own funds to build
My brother, everything you want those days, you have to do it yourself.
You have to do it.
You have to create the opportunity, because them opportunities there, they have vanished, they've disappeared. Priest, pastor, all them people, they are lost their moral value. All of them lose integrity. All of them there. The main thing they're interested in is self-preservation and glorification. They want to be standing up on a podium where they can say hallelujah, and the prime minister beating his mouth like eating a piece of hot shoe, and he cannot say it. That is what they want. They want to be in the spotlight. They just want that greed. And that is the biggest problem we have.
We can do better than that, man. We can do better than that. We can't just sit down and
we've been doing better than that. We were brought up better than that. My brother, some people literally think living in an apartment there, given to them by government, is a luxury, They think it's a luxury.
It's brand new.
My brother, when I was young man running up on the lobby and we was helping Kevin to build his house. My brother, all I used to tell myself is, when that finished, myself want to start mines. When Kevin won't finish, I'm to start mining. That was me. My brother, because what is yours is yours.
It's yours.
Somebody giving you something and they can come back and take it. Because you don't have an ownership, you don't have a receipt, you don't have a statement.
So the two gentlemen that passed that were in the apartment complex, who lives in the apartments? Do you think it's gonna be their relatives? No, it's still government property. They were told you could go register your place and get a title. Sheikh Jodi.
It is having people wouldn't get a title. In case people did is that camping now get title.
So if you get out of line, they'll kick you out of the apartment in a heartbeat. It cannot be so. So the property
everybody jumping and celebrating. Forecourt. We have netball on the forecourt. My brother, we had a second class netball stadium in thing we could by the prison up there, Stock Farm.
Yeah, Stock Farm.
We had an indoor basketball and netball complex, Cassie Bruce. So what that make you think the one on the forecourt is any better and it will last any longer? The same government without supervising both of them, and they let it go to ruins.
No maintenance, man. It's like no vision. A country with no vision will perish. And if we are
about vision, but all vision tunnel,
television they have.
No, tunnel vision they have.
Television they have.
They cannot see past their toes. If they cannot see that, just like Grant saying, back in the days, all we used to depend on is bananas for agriculture. No, we are going to divest. My brother, every time I hear a minister of government speak, I want to vote Labour, you know.
Yeah,
Every time the man
diversify.
talk, my brother, is like the man in opposition, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The man have a plan for the future. The man don't talking about nothing they do, you know.
Right.
The man talking about he want farmers to diversify, to sell more expensive fruits.
Yeah.
They want to give every farmer hundreds of orange plants, citrus
Yeah.
plants.
Do it. Is you not there? Do
But
it.
my brother, they not
Do.
have an incubator to produce those
They
plants.
don't
That
have.
is
They
for
don't.
the future they talking
Yeah.
about.
But you not there. You have to make wish. At least get the nursery ready. Tell the people, okay, we have the nursery, we have the seeds. All we are waiting for right now is the for something. Tell the people you have something, but you have nothing. So there's zero plants. We need a tree planting right now. Maria, take all our plants away. Our forest has been completely wiped away. Or they said 90% of the forest was gone. So what are we doing to replant our trees? Are we just gonna let them grow on their own and leave them to nature? They will die. If you see almost every country like Saint Martin, Saint Thomas, even in the US, some of those mountains are bare. You go into Antigua, they rock because guess what? The soil washes away after it rains, and you see that dirty water flowing down to the
My
sea.
brother,
That is our
everybody do
top
the water
soil.
cycle in school, you know.
That is our topsoil going down to the sea. And if we let all our topsoil wash away, eventually all that's gonna be left are rocks. Look at Haiti. They cut those trees to make their charcoal. There was nothing to hold the soil, it washed down. The soil is gonna get thin, and all that's gonna be green is rocks. If we don't plant our trees to hold our soil. Every time it rains, you see that water washing down, going down in the city is our soil that's going away. So we have to make effort to plant back those trees to hold the soil, hold the water. Because think of it, when one drop of rain fall in the mountain, one drop, it collected little by little. When it reach close to the sea, it's a force to be reckoned with. So if all persons in Dominica come together and bring their resources together, you know how much powerful power they have? So we have to take that as an example. One drop of rain in the mountain is one drop of rain. But by the time all the drops of rain come together, it's not one little life that's coming down, it's a whole barrage of life that's coming down. So we have to put the little that we have together, patch it up whichever ways we can, and we can make a difference. Because these are some of the things, the opportunities that we have to create for our people. Right now, we have a playing field, we have soccer balls down there. We are getting them soccer shoes, jerseys. Now, this is something that we're creating. This eventually it will bear fruits. So we have to have more of a wider scale operation. Before used to have youth cricket, youth football, Ipanisanko. So we have to bring that back. Delices used to play Sansofe. Delices used to play Carib territory. Grand Fond, Monjo. That's why I know most of the guys from Grand Fond, Rivière Civic, Laplin. Well, both you guys are next door neighbor, we must know them. But that's how we get to know people. Because it's coming together. The more persons you know, you can call this person and this person can tell, yeah man, I can do electricity. I hook you up, easy day. Nah man, you don't have to pay me. We good, my brother. It, it's simple. We can make it happen, but we just have to come together, just like the water, one drop of rain falling in the mountain, and it calling all its friends and neighbors, all them water coming together in the crevice, and they going down to the sea. Boom, as a big, massive force. So the people and them have to work together to create that impact. But like I said before, politics and religion divide the people. They divide and they conquer us. We can't let them continue conquering us. Because what are they doing to make us better citizens, better human beings? Because everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to give their neighbor a piece of bread. The Bible tells you have to give the needy. There's no way your heart is hardened like a rock. You are full and you're not giving your next door neighbor that hungry. So how you telling me you going to heaven now? Ou pas bon? Ou son bois hidden? You are an energy vampire. You are in the community and you're not helping your community grow. You are an energy vampire. You are a bench warmer. You need to seize and deseize. Ali don't coin. You
Friend,
have to come out in the way.
none of them, not one, not two, not three. None of them pastors I know I grew up with, none of them do go in. No, we are close to the heaven do I go in. None of them.
You plan to go heaven?
Pastor coming, me that making that choice, no. But I just telling you, if I see the man in the gate, I do go in that one, I go in the other ones.
Wait,
You can never be heaven them and go in. Pastor come in and pick you up in your palaport on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And Monday you go in Rosa, you stop in him, he don't stop in it.
Wait.
He don't asking you if you have money for boss, nothing.
Yeah,
He don't giving you right and you telling me you care about your congregation and
your
you
community.
give and it will come back to you when you give to the Lord.
You, boy, see, tell
So
you
when I
spread
give to the Lord
the bread
Sunday and
over
you
the
take it,
waters, man.
when I give to the Lord on Sunday and you take it and you put your gas for it to go Rosa, and now I bomb in right. But
The
all them
Bible
are
said,
guys, wicked
cast your
people.
bread over the waters and it shall return to you 20-fold. So you have to give to the less fortunate. I wouldn't give offering in church. I wouldn't give when they begin their campaign, but I will give a man on the road and need a $5 to buy a bread to eat.
Cause I
I will
think
give
that
that to him
easy.
instead.
The other not too long ago I was down London on the train and a partner just come and sit down next to me like you know me. Proper
Mm-hmm.
crackhead.
Yeah. I'm not giving crackhead my money.
Cause let me
Give.
tell you, Brent, I just watch Mr. and I watch everybody watching me with Mr. next to me and everybody watching me like if I don't make it, Mr. moving.
No, it doesn't make it
I
move.
just shake my head, Brent, and I just unzip my bag.
Yeah, and you
And
give him something
I
to eat.
had a tracksuit in that and a couple shit and couple long sleeve vest.
Right.
And I tell Mr. Look, hold that man.
Go get
And I
dressed,
give
man.
Mr. $10 and then start that close the avenue there. Take that into our thing and go and wash that man.
Be.
Yeah. Me boy
But some of
Mr.
them
Tell
man,
me thank you. Mr. Tell me thank you till I come out on the train. He
uh-huh.
tried to dress on the train. I tell him no, though you cannot dress
No,
on the
no,
train.
no,
Go
no.
somewhere else and put that on you. But everybody watch me like, okay, that man gonna make you come out by me. You sit down by Mr. today. You get
Yeah,
me? But I
right.
just check it. Nah, sometimes you have to understand people's circumstances
Situations.
different.
Then some people is mental, because we have mental health in Dominican. As soon as somebody have a depression, me say foo. Send him to stock farm in the prison.
But
We don't have no
but Brent,
rehabilitation center for the youth.
But Brent, if somebody had lent a hand to somebody like Specco when he was going through his depression there, up
Yeah.
to all nowadays should have fish in abundance.
Fishing about construction now. Them is a construction worker, a heavy good construction worker.
Rainbow Construction would have nothing on demand.
Nothing. You'd be one of the contributing citizens.
But
So we have to take care of our own.
we just like to point fingers and say that is the
Exactly.
bad guy, that is the bad fruit, that is the
Yeah,
rotten fruit.
man. A depression the man went through, and we let him to perish on his own. We have to stand up and take care of him. Not just give him an injection every day, miss a fool. As soon as you go to hospital and you have a little loose screw, it's injection they giving you, that injection making you calm.
Bro.
And we're Clement, when he Clement his injection, so Clement telling everybody hello, when he do have his injection, you're like a mad bull. But that injection, it finishing with you. It telling the brain that everything's okay, giving you a high. It's like a drug, they're drugging you. But we need to stop drugging our young men and women and have a rehabilitation center
Mhm.
where we can talk to them, discuss what's going on. They can talk about their issue and we can develop ways how to bring those people back integrate them back into society so they can be contributing citizens and not take away from what the country has, the limited resources that the country has. You know what I'm saying? So we have to find ways. We have to develop ways. We have a prison there. We yet to rebuild the prison in over 40 years. Since Patrick John was there, that thing never touched. You build all
Rebuild.
them big mansion,
You talking
that
about
prison
rebuild.
system,
You don't even talking about maintain. Saying rebuild.
maintain, rebuild. No, but but Skerrit might be. It's alleged that the prime
My
minister
brother,
might be an occupant of the state prison. At least he need to fix his new home because the
Brent,
money nearly
the
temporary
police
renting.
force, the
That his home.
police headquarters, Dominica, the cell is the same toilet facility style we had in Fotoma Primary School.
You've been there. I've never been there though. I've never been inside the cell itself. I've been
I know Dominica upside down, inside out. I'm a
we
born natural citizen of Dominica.
about
I
that.
don't pay for certain I didn't pay for certain privileges, like housing or
Yeah.
no. So them man don't care, Brent. Them man don't care.
Hey,
Because
just
now
to
if that government had a plan, right? Any minister of education that come in, all they have to go is open the book and continue,
Continue the work. Continue. It should be
Just
a
like any
continuation.
plan, any facility you enter that have a plan. Or you think management just changing deal in companies now?
And the company still staying, checking its in, like
Because
nothing
the
happened.
company have a plan.
The plan there, the
And all
mission
that person
statement,
have to do is go back in the archive, see what was done, see what needs to be done,
we
and
done.
continue.
Check for instance our Delices Village Council. They came in, and as of right now, they do not know what was being done, what the plans were, how many letters that were written. Not a word, not a peck or no turnover, 00 dot
Speaking
com.
speaking of the Delhi Village Council, there just want to let the people know there'll be a meeting on Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Boom,
Public meeting. There is at Carib Junction.
boom.
It was said
Right,
by the Madam Chair, by the chair lady
here we
on
go.
the lines.
And as
So
well
chair
for,
lady,
yeah, man, Shelly
message been
trying,
sent.
Shelly doing her do. She
She can
trying
do
her
try.
best.
We should have put herself in that basket. We are trying to carry water. I tell her don't go anytime and telling it. Oh no, you
But
can resign, chair lady.
so far,
You have my full support.
so far she's been doing a great job. And as well, the apartment complex in Dallas are raising funds. So on Father's Day, they will be doing a Father's Day breakfast. So every year we give them MIP, we're telling them they're not doing anything for fathers. So they're having a Father's Day breakfast.
Don't
And
give
I think
fathers no breakfast. All them fathers sit down there, they spineless. None of them doesn't talk.
and I think
Starting
Labour
on my
Party is
father,
having
all of
a
them.
domino competition, I think at Alexander's place. So yeah, look out for the Labour Party domino competition. I like my domino competition. So yeah, but somewhere in between, we're gonna have our television raffle. So we might do it at the Labour Party organized event, or we might do it at during the breakfast event, because we were planning to have a little game, but they said we can't have the game because Labour's having an event. I don't wanna, pretend like I'm competing against the Dominican Labour Party, but the Labour youth having an event. Let us support the vibration because it's community building. They might use the money to build something in the community, paint Torios house.
You have
They
jokes,
might
bro.
just do something positive with it. It's then Z and those guys and them running the operation. You know what I mean? We don't want to divide the people. No matter what's happening, if it's for the development of the people, let's stand up with our brothers and sisters. We can't be fighting them down and tomorrow come and ask them for their help. No, we have to support the vibration, whatever they're doing. And if it's good, we go along with it. If it's bad, we
Brent,
tell them, no, no,
Brent,
that's not good.
Brent,
Mm.
we are related, and I don't know how come you have that Espanol papai there. You don't see every project the council tried to put together. The chairman, past
For,
chairman, that said
for ma.
90% of what they wouldn't happen. They finding a way to get the PAL rep or everybody else to come and dress in red to go and start that project.
Mm,
Them
mm,
man
mm,
like wet
mm,
tampon we. All of you see them the red we.
mm.
Why? Anyway, people, it's been a pleasure this evening talking to you all and vibes
Yes,
in.
sir.
That's what we do it for the love of country first and community after. Because we cannot deal with the cancer in dailies and think the body is gonna be healthy. We have to start with the body, make sure the body is healthy so the mind can work. Yeah, you have to make sure that the mind is healthy so the body can work. These two go hand in hand. It's not just a dailies and dailies and dailies every day. We have to understand that dailies is bigger than you, it's bigger than me, it's bigger than Brent. Because we are dailies nationals everywhere around the world and we have them everywhere in Dominica. Everybody know a girl from dailies that have a man somewhere. Everybody know a man from dailies that have a girlfriend somewhere. So we can't just deal with dailies alone and say leave Portsmouth in a business. Portsmouth people will do for Portsmouth. If we can start in dailies, but we have to make sure we spread the message so that everybody can hear it. It's not a selective thing, it's our thing, it's Dominica. And free Choxy, free Choxy, free Choxy.
Yes,
We
my
cannot
people.
treat our brothers and sisters of the OACS, the single CARICOM, as a criminal, innocent until proven guilty. Right? Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
That man was in Antigua. He was never guilty. All of a sudden, the sea drift him on the shores of Dominica and he guilty. He's a criminal. So Antigua didn't know he was a criminal. It's Dominica we get to find out he's a criminal. So don't worry. Scotland Yard is watching. Scotland Yard is watching.
All right,
And
my
we have
people.
police assigned to the case.
Yes, man. So, like just was saying, the health is very important. So ensure you get your toloma, your fay them, your herbs and spices, your cassava from Delices. Don't forget to get a dash in your band and your feet that doesn't miss. So ensure you're taking care of yourself. So whatever you put into your body, that's what your body have to nourish itself. Knowledge is power. And like I said, the coronavirus is still around. Ensure you're washing your hands. You're staying away from sick people. You can't see it, but just mentally just know that person they're sick and stay away from them. Just put a mental block. Make sure you put the protection, you wear your mask if you have to. And like persons who feel they need the vaccine, please take the vaccine because they
Dominica
made it
immune
for
to Coronado, I just want you to know,
they
because we
made it
doesn't
for us.
quarantine people anymore.
If you are going to church tomorrow is Sunday, please say a prayer. I'll be on the field playing cricket. So please say a prayer for me. Hopefully I bowl more wickets tomorrow and I put some balls in the boundary. It's always a pleasure being out there in my all whites. You know I love sports. So that's why we focusing on sports in Delices and try to get sports up and running. You know what I'm saying? So thanks for viewing again. Like, share, subscribe for YouTube viewers. Thank you so much for viewing. Like, share, send it to the outer world. Make sure everybody knows what's going on and what we're trying to do for Delices. Have those conversations with your cousins, your friends, your neighbors. Let them know. There's people advocating for the people of Delices, for the youth development. This is our future, and the more we can't stress it enough, we have to work together. My finger might not be able to go to the screen, but my fist can definitely go through it. So the more people we have together, I think of it two fists together, right? More power. So let's bring the power together. One drop of rain is one drop of rain. But one drop of rain with a 60 million drops of rain going down to the sea, it's a force to be reckoned with. That sea check-in, wait a minute, what happened in there? And I thought it was one drop of rain coming down. No, they come together and then they come down to the ocean. So let's come together. There's no other way but to work together. As it says, community. Come together in unity. Peace, love. You guys have a
Friend,
blessed Saturday evening and see you guys next week Saturday.
before you leave, play that last clip you just get there.
Which one?
The last clip you just get.
On Facebook?
Facebook.
Just to John video. Play. Go up there. It's coming. Just to.
Is that
It doesn't cover the voice, man.
Is that
Hold on,
this was the very vote.
Hold on. I have to play it on there. I have to share it on my screen first. So I have screen share. Then I go to Windows. It's in Chrome. Facebook. Yep. And then it's share. All right.
Took Mehul Choksi from Antigua to Dominica. And there are certainly two of them on the boat, and how they landed up, one doesn't know. But this much I can tell you, that in the month of April, the same duo, they tried to enter Dominica, and they were disallowed from entering Dominica. And there's a very clear email which was sent out to all islands in the Caribbean that these two are suspected of human trafficking. But very interestingly, a month later, the same two were allowed entry into Dominica, because again, there is record of them entering from this port, which is known as Portsmouth in Dominica. So that's a very interesting twist in the story as to how this happened, why did this happen, who influenced their entry when only a month earlier they had been disallowed. So these are questions which have come up. And as far as the two of them, they are both in Birmingham. And what they do, I'm not aware of. It's not stated in the charge. But when it comes to the other two, that is Barbara Jarabi. She is listed as a director in a company in London. And as far as Gurdeep Bhatt is concerned, as I said, he's a diplomat. He holds a diplomatic passport, and he's also London-based.
Okay.
So
there you have it, my people.
check me.
Yeah. But okay,
They
so
put,
as I
they
was saying,
put the
just
man on a ban.
Ali, just to Ali no can live someone try to fair. So nous
Como
avons
para
fait
video we? I
in
thought we off
editor.
the live already, man.
No, you still on, but moi j'ai vidéo à
Anyway.
pousser mon Nathan. Oh, you play off the live. Bon, quand tu finis ça, j'ai dit moi avant nous fini,
Okay,
jouer
we
vidéo.
good, man, don't
So
worry.
I played the video
Anyway,
for the
people,
people.
think about that, yeah?
Yes, man. So when you go to church
There was
tomorrow,
an
say a
email
prayer.
circulated in the Caribbean to prevent them people from entering the Caribbean. And 1 month later, they're allowed to enter.
We just meet even a meet and go in our speech more like so from off. But as I was saying, my people, if you're going to church tomorrow or if you stay at home, you don't have to go to church to be a Christian. You could stay at home where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I shall be. So please say a prayer for us, and the more people. So the way the world works is, let's say 2 people are against you, praying against you, and 3 people are praying for you. Guess what? The good overpowers the bad, right? So positive vibes will flow your way. But if 5 people praying against you and 2 praying for you, that 5 overpowering, so that negative energy coming your way. So I need everybody in the life right now to send some positive energy our way. Pray for us and our operation. Pray for Delices. Pray for everybody you know, so that positive energy can flow into us and influence us to continue what we've started almost a year ago. In August, we'll make it 1 year since we're on the live, and we're not stopping, and it's looking like we're getting momentum. So please share, like, support, subscribe, and continue praying for our well-being and our longevity. We love you all. See you guys next Saturday, same time, same place.